Hello students, in last class we discussed about our environment chapter. So today we are going to see the ecosystem. Okay, an environment has everything that is surround us, which includes both living and non-living things such as soil, water, animal and plants which adapt themselves to their surroundings. So this environment plays an important role in the existence of life on the planet Earth. So this is what we discussed in previous video. Environment. In biology and ecology, the environment is all the natural material and living things including the sunlight. Ecology and the environmental science are the branch of life science which mainly deals with the study of organisms and their interaction among other organisms. What is ecosystem? An ecosystem is defined as a community or biological community of living beings interacting with the physical environment and other non-living components. So it can be defined as the chain of interaction between the living organisms and their environment. So here you can see the ecosystem is a self-contained unit of living things, that it includes plants, animals and decomposers, and the non-living things include soil, air and water. So the examples of ecosystem are grassland, forest, desert, mountain, a pond, a lake, a river and sea. So what these all comes included in the what type of ecosystem we are going to see in brief. Most of the ecosystem in the world are natural ecosystem, but some of them are also man-made, that is artificial ecosystem. So artificial ecosystem is nothing but it includes crop field, agricultural land, park and aquarium. So now we see the different type of the ecosystem. So the different type of the ecosystem are mainly classified into two types. One is aquatic ecosystem and other one is terrestrial ecosystem. Aquatic is nothing but water, terrestrial is land. First we see about terrestrial ecosystem. The ecosystem which is found only on land form is known as terrestrial ecosystem. This terrestrial ecosystem, it includes a land-based community of organisms and the interaction of biotic and abiotic components in a given area. For example, the terrestrial ecosystem include the tundra, tigers, temperate deciduous forest, tropical rainforest, grassland and deserts. So let us discuss some characteristics of terrestrial ecosystem. So the three major terrestrial ecosystems are rainforest, deciduous forest and grassland. So each of these ecosystems has specific characteristics that can be used to identify them. The climate of a rainforest is usually hot and wet. Heavy rainfall and year-round warm temperature makes it very humid. Why we were considering terrestrial ecosystem are so important? Because terrestrial ecosystem many services including providing habitat for fauna and flora, providing food, fiber, fuel, shelter resources, and it can able to store, transforming and release the carbon, water and other nutrients. So we consider the terrestrial ecosystems are important. So here you can see the main type of terrestrial ecosystem are grassland ecosystem and mountain ecosystem. So here I given the pic that is a snap of the grassland ecosystem and the mountain ecosystem. So how do the human affect the terrestrial ecosystem? The human activities are significantly and rapidly altering the form and function of terrestrial ecosystem. For example, we are changing the chemical composition of the atmosphere, converting natural landscape to urban areas, and transporting the floral and faunal species far beyond their natural boundaries. So in this way, the human affect terrestrial ecosystem. Next we discussed the other type of ecosystem is aquatic ecosystem. So aquatic ecosystem is an ecosystem in a body of water. Communities of organisms that are dependent on each other and on their environment. live in aquatic ecosystem. So the two main type of aquatic ecosystem are marine ecosystem and freshwater ecosystems. So what is an example of aquatic ecosystem? So the example of aquatic ecosystem will be like the ocean, lakes and rivers, which includes a freshwater habitat like lake, pond. So here I just intimate you one question. How does an aquatic ecosystem work? In this way, each element within the ecosystem depends on other survival. Aquatic ecosystem include oceans, lake, rivers, stream as we discussed now. Within the aquatic ecosystem are living things that depend on water for survival such as fish, plants and microorganisms. So what does aquatic ecosystem mean? Nothing but it is an ecosystem which contains a body of water. How do aquatic ecosystem affects human? Human effects on aquatic ecosystem can result from pollution, changes to the landscape or hydrological systems and larger scale impact such as global climate change. The complexity of aquatic ecosystem and the linkage within them can make the effect of disturbance on them difficult to predict the human influences. So this way the aquatic ecosystem can be affected by human. So let us see about the importance of ecosystem. It provides habitat to wild plants and animals. It supports different food chain and food webs. It regulates essential ecological process and support life. It involved in the recycling of nutrient between biotic and abiotic components. It maintains the proper flow of an energy in an ecosystem including water cycle, carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, nitrogen cycle and energy cycle. So this way the ecosystem are very important to the surroundings and it will be the usage of the humans. So next we discussed an ecosystem varies in the size and can either be small as an oasis or vast as an ocean. So the two main components of an ecosystem are abiotic component and biotic component. So the abiotic component are called as non-living components of an ecosystem. It includes air, water, light, soil, rock, mineral and nutrient. And the biotic components are the living components of an ecosystem. It includes biotic factors such as producer, consumer and decomposes. So this way the ecosystem varies in size. So next we see about our environment threat, challenger and sustainable solutions. So what will be the impact of human activities on the environment? So there are different types of human activities which are directly attributed to the environmental disaster, which include acid rain, acidification of ocean, change in this climate, deforestation, depletion of an ozone layer, disposal of hazardous waste, global warming, overpopulation, pollutions, etc. So these are the impact of human activities on the environment, and this we discuss in next class with a brief note. Thank you.